Today we're accompanied by none other than our wonderful broker, Frank DiTommaso. We're so happy that you joined us today.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
we're
For
excited.
sure.
I'm excited too. This is a first for me because now I'm on this side of the table.
It's cool.
Because you guys are the ones asking the questions.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's really cool.
how does it feel? We're going to jump right into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe this is just my opinion and I'm biased, but I don't think that's the case. I think a lot of people would feel this way. How does it feel to be the broker of Staten Island's hottest real estate company?
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So
Right.
awesome. I hear it a lot.
I
Our office is the talk right now.
I know it's easy for me to say I'm being biased, but the truth is I do get calls all the time asking me, what's Frank doing over there? How come everyone's moving over there? And what's going on, right? And, that tells me that it's not biased. It's obviously we're doing something right. You're doing something right.
I appreciate that. And
yeah.
I know exactly where you're coming from because I hear that a lot too.
Yeah.
And it's a good feeling. No doubt.
You took the thought right out of my head because that's where I was going with it. Because I'm sure if you're getting a call and I'm getting a call and you're hearing it from agents, we're not the only ones receiving those calls, right?
Of course.
So what's going on at DiTommaso? What's happening? Well, the truth is, from my perspective as an agent, what you see is what you get. It's a very well-oiled machine. 2, 3, especially in New Jersey, beautiful offices, trained staff that's there to support you all the time, marketing, our media center. You have such wonderful things at your fingertips. Those are the tools that you need to succeed in real estate. Education, meetings, a very accessible broker. So for me, those are things that help me to be successful because I'm busy doing what I have to do. So I need a strong inner working here. And I find it where I am. So thank you.
Well, you just made a very strong point. You said what you see is what you get. And look what the two of you are doing. Look at the podcast the two of you built. It's great. You got a lot of followers now. But like I always say, doing video, doing podcasts, it's our biggest microphone. And this is what we do. And you guys are a fantastic example because you've been doing it. It's successful. You're getting business from it. You're growing your viewership. Everybody knows what you guys are doing. And you add a little comedy to it too. So it's fun to watch.
We try for sure. But yeah, so we get the calls and people ask, they're like, what is it? Like, what is going on? What's he giving you? So basically what I say, and sometimes it scares some people. I think it's a great example of who you would want working here and who you don't want working here, because they say, what I say when people ask me is, Frank gives you all the resources to learn how to run your business yourself, how to generate all your referrals, how to generate all your clientele. And if you ever really wanted to, you learn how to do it all yourself. You can go do it by yourself. But because of how accessible and how much you give back to us, we have no interest in doing stuff like that. But we know how to generate our own business.
Yeah.
And I think that's the strongest attribute about being here is that you give us the resources to learn how to do that ourselves.
Yes. And look, you have to be happy where you work. You have to like the people that you work with.
Right.
You have to like the culture. The culture of our company it's very friendly. It's very professional. It's the kind of atmosphere where people are energetic. They're doing things. They're looking to grow their business. And I'll tell you, it wasn't always like that. You see what we have now. We built something great. Everybody likes each other. We just had our holiday party last week, and look how many people came. Almost 100 people came.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Right? But that's a testament to how everybody gets along with each other. They truly like each other, and you have to like who you're working with. So culture is definitely the biggest thing, but it wasn't always like that. Throughout the years, there were people that worked with us that just weren't the right fit,
Right.
and one by one, we eliminated these people because we knew they weren't working out. Sometimes they would twist people, and people would come to me and, they would say, Frank, I get that knock on the door, Frank, and then they would, it would be in some form of a small complaint, like, this person or whatever. And they would tell me what was on their mind about this particular person. And it was a few people over the years. And most of the time I agreed. I said, you know
Mhm.
what? We're going to take care of this
Yeah.
because it's not good for people who are productive, who are just, happy and like what they, and then somebody
Mhm.
comes in and makes an issue
Mhm.
or creates a problem of some sort. We don't need that.
Right.
And not too long ago, somebody said to me, well, you're a broker. You would have anybody come work with you. I said, no, not true. Absolutely not true. We are a mature company. We have a lot of agents. We have a lot of support staff, and there's a lot there to defend.
Mhm.
And anybody who wants to come work with us, listen, I'm one for giving anybody a shot,
Mhm.
but I also want to vet them and know their background. If they come with a reputation that's not favorable to what we're doing,
Right.
there's a good chance I'm not going to bring them on
Mhm.
because I don't want them upsetting relationships like what you guys have and everybody else that has good relationships.
Mhm.
That's just the way I
Yeah,
feel.
for sure. What do you find is making the most successful agents in in the company? How do you find that they're becoming successful?
Here's what's happening, and this is really so important. This is even for new people who come
Mhm.
into the business. You have to get out of your comfort zone.
Mhm.
Doing something like what you guys are doing right here is not an easy thing to do. I mean, you make it look easy. You've been
It's
doing it.
it's fun.
You're finding
It's
your
fun.
level of
Mhm.
comfort. You have great personalities,
Thank you.
and you're onto it. You're in that zone. But for people who get introduced to it, or even, straight out video, doing interviews, whatever it is, they sort of like, not everybody,
Mhm.
but they sort of back off because it's not natural. You can talk and have a conversation with anybody, but once you have that camera in front of you and it's go time, a
Mhm.
lot of people bottle up.
Yeah.
They feel like, oh, well, they forget what to say. They
Mhm.
get, all of a sudden, they become very uncomfortable
Yeah.
about it. The truth is, what we're doing here, this is our business.
Right.
This is what we have to do.
Mhm.
So, especially for new people, even experienced people,
Mhm.
people who've proven themselves over the years that have a great business, in this business, sometimes you're only as good as your last deal,
Right.
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So you always have to be worrying about how you can move the needle forward in your
Mhm.
business, taking steps like this, doing things that are uncomfortable.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
hate to say it, but comfort is the enemy of success. It really is. When you start to get comfortable and complacent, you sit back and things are going pretty well. That's when you get hammered.
Mhm.
Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
You're like, what the heck's going on in my
Mhm.
business? Right?
Mhm.
You have to keep pushing at it every day. And stuff like this is definitely uncomfortable. But if you can push yourself through that boundary and try and do it, a lot of people are succeeding.
Yeah.
And look at the two of you. You guys are having some of the best years of your career.
Yeah.
And you're not new to this business.
Mhm.
Right.
So, and I look from it from the outside and I say, what you're doing is definitely helping. There's no
Mhm.
question about
Mhm.
it.
For sure. So like I've been talking with some older seasoned realtors lately, and they're asking me, what am I doing that's allowing me to have success? And I say it's as simple as taking your guidance and the stuff you've provided for us, but actually doing the stuff as far as video. I think video obviously is the driving force behind my business. And I explain it like this. Do I love shooting the videos every day and then editing the videos every day and then posting them every day where I could be making calls and stuff? No, I don't love to do it. But to me, I get driven to do it when I get that phone call from a classmate from high school whose aunt
Mhm.
now wants to sell
Mhm.
a house who I haven't spoke to in 10
Mhm.
years.
Yep.
But they're like, oh, I saw your video and my aunt needs to sell their house. I'm going to have them call you this week. I'm
Right.
like, well, that video is definitely worth it
Yep.
because that's the idea. And
Absolutely.
what I'm trying to explain to the agents that I was just mentioning I spoke to, and they're like, I'm going to show you that I can do it old school and be busy. And I said, that's great, but the numbers don't make sense
Hmm.
because first of all, their fear of the video is because they have the wrong idea of why they want to do the video, right? They want to do they think their video is supposed to appeal to the 17 and 18-year-olds that they see their grandkids and nephews and nieces watching videos.
Mhm.
What they have to understand is their video is going to get pushed out to their demographic,
Hmm.
their age group, and the people that they know. They don't realize that. They think they're going to get judged by younger people for doing videos that aren't like hip or, cool. And I'm
Mhm.
trying to explain, you get out of your comfort zone
Mhm.
and put your videos out. It's only going to show to your sphere of people. It's going to
Mhm.
get out there to people that are interested in what you're talking about and people that follow you. So I tried to show them, I said, you want to do it old school. So that means you're going to have to come up with, direct mail. old school. You're gonna do what do they call postcards?
Mhm.
If you want to send 400 postcards to 400 people that you don't know, that's going to cost you at the very, very, very minimum $400.
The minimum.
And I'm going to put my video out tomorrow, and I'm going to get 1,200 people to see my video for absolutely free. How can you compete?
Oh, you can't beat that.
Right? It's
you can't
free.
beat it.
And I do that every single day.
And the truth is, those postcards you're talking about, 99% of them get thrown right in the garbage.
So that's what we're trying to explain. So what is your perspective of how to get the more seasoned but like little older generation realtor who still wants to be successful, but it's just really difficult to get behind the camera?
That's a great question.
Because it's not easy for them. It's just something completely new.
Yeah, great question, and I will tell you this. So we're talking about how strong video marketing is in podcasting, and it really is. And right now, it's on #1 microphone. There's no question about it. However, traditional forms of marketing in real estate still do work.
Yeah.
I'm not going to trash postcards. I think they do work, but I'll tell you this, okay? They work, but there needs to be a call to action from the postcard. I notice a lot of times agents will put on the postcard, if you're looking for a free market analysis, call me today. And they put their cell phone number on there. Okay. So here's the first thing. That doesn't work.
Right.
You need to put a QR code on there. And that QR code, maybe it has a link tree account behind it that directs them to different things. Maybe a page, what's your home's value? You can look at my website, find out the latest trends. You want to create a call to action. It goes much further than to find out what your home is worth. Call me today.
Yeah.
Those kind of postcards,
very generic.
That's something from years back. That's like the archaic way of doing business. So I feel, okay, that's postcards. Cold calling, we're not supposed to do it. I disagree with that. I feel like cold calling shouldn't be labeled cold calling. When you do it the right way and you offer information to people, you're not selling anything. So there's different spins that you could put on it. Different forms of communication, mass emails, mass texts, phone calls to your sphere, past clients. That in addition to video, like we're talking about. You need to have anywhere between 5 and 10 lead sources. Open houses is a great one, right? So you need to be doing everything all the time. And that's how you can build a 6-figure income in the real estate business.
100%. And I think that we're finding that everyone's agreeing with the fact that they need to do more. We need to do more. Maybe we're doing 2 out of those 10 things. We need to add some more in our marketing meetups that we have.
Yeah.
So we have younger agents that just joined the business, agents that have been in for about a decade like us, and then you have agents that have been in for 25 years. And we're finding that common grounds where some of us are more tech savvy, where other ones have been in the business a little bit longer, and we're all finding a middle ground where we're kind of all helping each other, having valuable conversations, reaching out to clients. Maybe we're sending things out. We're using that time to build a business, hold each other accountable, and then finding next steps to how we're going to grow in 2026.
Now, 2026, now here's some good news.
Yeah.
All right. I read this the other day. KCM came out with some good forecasts for next year. The real estate business, all right, in terms of sales, is supposed to increase 10 to 20% over what it's been this past year and the year before. So that's good news. Well, rates are expected to come even lower.
Okay.
Right? That'll bring more homes to the market because people don't want to trade up to a high rate.
Right.
Okay. But if the rates continue to come down, even though the rates will still be higher, we're never going to see 3 and 4% again. But even if they come into the 5s, that may be good enough for people to trade up. Right?
Yep.
So that's what's expected to happen next year. So that bodes very well for us.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. We can't count on that because we don't have a crystal ball.
No,
right?
100%.
So what do? We continue to work the way we work. We just do more. It's just about doing more. And like you guys are doing, you're doing fantastic.
Thanks.
And that's it. Just keep doing what you're doing. You know what? We could talk about lead sources and we could talk about technologies and what's working and we can talk about all of that, but we have to do it.
Yeah.
We can't just talk about it and know about it. We have to actually do it.
It's funny you say because the last 2 years are the best 2 years of my career so far. And last year, if you talk to a lot of real estate agents, they're gonna tell you it was a really tough year. Market's tough, hard, blah blah blah. And then this year, people
Good
say the
point.
same thing.
Good
I
point,
feel
Frank.
so awkward. We were down in Atlantic City, and every conversation, oh, tough year, and I'm going.
I
You had the best year of your life.
I don't know. I was like, I don't want to sound like that guy, but
I know.
I mean, I know maybe the market's not that great, but I mean,
yeah.
it's not bad.
Well,
I mean, things are going pretty good.
The
I mean,
opportunity is out there.
And I have to add to something you asked me about before.
Yeah.
Why there's a talk about our office.
yeah,
There's a lot of agents in our offices that are having the best year ever.
Yeah.
And it's noticeable because you see the deals come up on the hot sheet.
Yeah.
And they're like, what are they doing over there? A lot of the stuff we're talking about. But what's not talked about is the support staff behind us.
Yeah.
I mean, we have some
100%.
very, very
That is-
competent people that help
Yeah,
push us
very-
forward.
Yeah,
very much
for
so.
sure.
That is huge. All the girls in the office, both offices,
Yep.
well, all 3 offices, just help immensely because even when I'm doing deals with other people, they're like, "Oh, I gotta hurry home to do this thing." And I'm like, "Oh, I just press send.
Yeah.
I sent it to the office. They changed the status already. We're good."
Yeah.
And they're like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Nah, well, we
They
have
got, they got your back.
We
They
have
got
a
your
full
back.
staff of amazing women that just know exactly what to do."
That's
Amen.
the
And they
that's
take care of
the
it.
administrative staff, and then you have the marketing staff,
Yeah.
right? The guys are fantastic. I
Fantastic.
recently had them on a podcast, and
Yeah.
they were, we talked about the support and the
Yep.
CRM and the tools and stuff that we use,
Mhm.
and that's all part of it. Also,
Yeah.
you can't do
Yeah.
this stuff on your own anymore.
You can't do it on your own, and we talk about that very frequently, is that imagine, right, we're at a time when we're conflicted between taking the next step, right? Like to do more.
Right.
You're stuck. You need to take the next step in order to do more business. But imagine if we didn't have the support of the office. I can't imagine. And that's what I was looking for
Right.
while looking for a brokerage. And also a non-competing broker. That's super important, right? You're focused on being a broker. You're here for the support of your agents. Like,
I don't even have time. I can't even remember the last time I went on a listing appointment.
yeah.
Or I did an open house. I
Yeah.
don't even have time. I would
Yeah.
never have time for
Yeah.
that.
You're
There's too much
solely
going on
just
Right.
with all the agents that, what good is it if I'm out in the field
Yeah.
taking a listing when people are working on deals and they need help?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, listen, we have Dawn and we have Carol. We
Yeah,
have
yeah,
great
yeah.
supports there.
Yeah.
But my role is,
Mhm.
overseeing everything.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
for sure. I mean, we have some really, really great people.
Yeah.
Louise, she's my girl. She's fantastic. I feel like, I mean, everyone is great, but I just adore her. I adore her. I think she's absolutely fantastic. So we're facing a lot of different challenges as agents, and we were discussing this recently as well. Something with all the new rules and policies that have to be put into place. Do you find that the agents are having a tough time transitioning or adapting to these changes?
Some do. Some do. And you
yeah.
know what? You're always going to get people that are going to bitch and complain.
Yeah.
During, it wasn't actually COVID. It was right after COVID when they came in with those new rule changes about buyer agency and stuff like, and people actually made Facebook announcements and said, "Attention, everybody! I am officially retired. I'm done with this business." I mean, it's so silly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which
listen,
is so silly because a lot of us, like myself, were very leery and nervous going into it because I am a creature of habit. So I know that once I get used to something and I find that I'm perfecting it, I'm nervous to move on to something new.
No one likes
I'll
change.
do it. Right. Some people do. I'm feel funny to do it. It has been such an incredible opportunity for me and my business with these changes. So if you looked at it as an opportunity standpoint versus a
Hindrance.
defeatist
right?
standpoint.
Yeah.
I agree with that. And
You know?
and that's the thing. Anytime there's a change in the industry, I look at it as an opportunity. Because if you think about it, a lot of the changes that they put in, they're not hard to adjust
Yeah.
to. Just take 15 minutes out of your day, read up on it, learn about it, and that's it. And here's the other thing. So we're in the real estate business, right? And what do these people think? We're the only industry that has changes? Every
Yeah.
industry has changes
Right.
in business all the time. life changes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just real estate. It's you name it. There's so many different industries that have stricter regulations than we have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, if you're a true professional
Mm-hmm.
and this is what you do and you want to continue to succeed in this business, you have to adapt. You have to change.
Yeah.
And by the way, we can have a change today. I guarantee you there'll be 3 more by this time next year.
Yeah.
It just always happens.
So let's hone in on one of the changes, the most recent change. I'm curious what your opinion is of the no longer having the acceptance status on the Staten Island MLS. How do you feel about this change?
It depends on which side you're on.
Well, yeah, so
Yeah,
we've been
that's-
talking
that's-
about it, and there's a lot of different perspectives. But overall, what do you think of the change?
Well, okay. So if you're a listing agent, it's great. It's the greatest thing.
Yeah.
And you're still out protecting your seller.
Mhm.
So you want to hear the best offers possible.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if that means it happens to be your deal and buyer agents find that out and don't like it because they think you pocketed the listing,
Mhm.
well, so be it.
Mm-hmm.
But it might truly be that you have the best deal.
Right.
Now, if you're on the other side, if you're the buyer agent, and you're showing buyers properties
Mm-hmm.
and you make a deal and it's not going into contract right away, meaning that it's still going to show as being active, well, what does that mean? That means other offers can come into the
Mhm,
picture
mhm.
and we still have a lack of inventory. So that scenario could still happen.
Mhm.
But what are you going to do? Ultimately, be a good agent.
Mhm.
Be on top of your business. Be totally transparent with your client. If it's your buyer, let them know what's going on.
Mhm.
If there's competing offers, let them know that. Listen, if you're working for if a listing agent is working for a seller,
Mhm.
obviously they're going to try to get the seller the best deal.
Right.
If a buyer agent is working for a buyer, then they're trying to get the buyer the best deal. But it's all about transparency.
I think transparency is so crucial, whether you're working with buyers, sellers, tenants, if you do rentals. It is so important to be transparent because having things pop up along the way, like an oops or a shade of gray, and now you have to unravel and explain, is not good for
Katherine,
anyone.
what a lot of people forgot over the years was that, think about this. You take a listing,
Mhm.
you put it on the market, you get an acceptance,
Mhm.
according to the old way. Now you have an acceptance, but what does that really mean? Because then you get another agent calling you and
Yeah.
saying, I have an offer better than that.
Mhm.
And the
It's almost like a stepping stone.
sellers have to hear all offers.
Yeah,
Right.
100%.
So even when you put in an acceptance, it means
It
nothing.
means nothing.
So this change is actually a pretty good change because it accomplishes the same thing, except now you're not
You have
taking
to
a deal.
guess if
You're not taking a deal out of acceptance
right.
anymore.
Right.
Now you're just hearing all offers. Brooklyn's been doing this for years.
Yeah.
Right. So I think from a realtor's perspective, it's definitely going to be helpful because the way I see it anyway, it puts the pressure, if you're a listing agent, it puts the pressure on the buyer to make sure that all their ducks in a row and they can get themselves into a
Mhm.
contract that they think is best, but to get into contract as soon as possible. Because if you let it drag out, even though acceptance meant nothing, it did deter some agents and some buyers from, coming to see that property. Now there's nothing deterring them. So you get an offer that the seller's happy with, that house is going to continue to get shown because there's nothing that changes and there's nothing deterring
Mhm.
buyers and buyer agents from bringing their buyers by. So you need to have your ducks in a row. We were just talking about this. You got to work with an agent that has their attorney reps in line, their mortgage reps in line, title companies if needed, everything ready to go for you so that when you're ready, boom, everyone's set and you can get everything out. You can have the offer sheet sent to your attorney. You can get the contracts ready, and then you're working nice and quick, and you can get into contract as fast as you could. Because if you let it drag out, it just increases the chance now that another better offer comes and you lose out on the house you really like.
It basically just upped everybody's level of
Right.
professionalism.
Right.
It made you that
Mhm.
much more of a better real estate professional,
Mhm.
which is a good thing.
Yeah, for sure. Because I can't tell you how many times, no matter what you say, how people listen, people don't listen.
Mhm.
In your initial conversation with your buyer, you explain to them the
Mhm.
process, what's needed, and then they put the offer in, and I need to put the attorney down. And
Now
I'm
we're
like,
waiting
hold
4
on,
days for their attorney.
I don't know who my attorney is going to be.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It just happened to me. I'm on both sides of a deal on top side, and the lady told me she wanted to use a certain attorney, so I got everything together. I put the packet together. I forwarded it to both attorneys. And then she called me. She's like, why'd you send it to the attorney? I'm not using that attorney anymore. I was like, oh, well, we had everything prepared. I don't know what made you change. You go, oh, the guy who lives two doors down told me he has a better attorney.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But
so being
this
prepared is
what
so
happens.
important.
I think it's going to be more important now.
Being prepared is very, very important because time is everything.
Yeah, basically,
super important.
You got to do the homework.
But what's your opinion on agents working together versus not working together?
As
Solo.
teams or just
I
like the
guess
camaraderie part of it?
Camaraderie, right? I know what you're gonna say. It's important, right? It's important to have a nice camaraderie. We have a great camaraderie within the office, but I guess teams or some type of team structure versus a solo agent.
Now, see, here's the thing with teams.
Yeah.
The success of teams varies with markets. When you have a robust market like we did a couple of years ago, teams work. No problem.
Right.
When you have a lack of inventory and fewer sales, and I always say you can't sell what you don't have, right? Teams break apart. Not all teams. There are still some teams that are thriving, but maybe they're not as big as they were. Because if you don't have enough to support your expenses, you can't manage a team. You can't carry a team. It could be very expensive. You have people doing different roles on your team. So that might mean you have to eliminate a few people from your team. So as far as I'm concerned, teams are a good thing, but it depends on the market that you're in.
There has to be work. There has to be stuff for the people on the team to do, right? If you're at a point where you can handle everything you're taking in, how does it benefit you to pass off any of that work to make less money when you can take care of it? You know what I mean?
Well, just because production.
You got to have consistent overflow of work that you can allocate to the people.
Or not necessarily, because if you're bringing in business and you have someone else bringing in business and you don't necessarily have to allocate, it's just a matter of production growing because you have multiple people who are bringing in the business.
Right, but that would be just like me and you share an office. You have your business, I have my business, and we help each other. We're not really a team, but like I help, with stuff. You have questions, when I ask you questions, and you go and do your business, and I go do my business.
No, I'm talking about production rising because things go together.
Oh, well.
I feel like the intelligent agent that has a team, when the market goes backward, because think about it, 2021 was probably the best year, right? We had the biggest volume. And every year after that, the market went back 20%. Last year, we were down 25% over the year before, which was down 20% from the year before that.
Right.
So you don't have the volume, right? So the intelligent agent has to manage their expenses and put their pride off to the side and say, listen, I'm not going to continue to add people and pay more people, until the business comes more back in their favor.
Right.
Then, if the business isn't there, you can't create something. I mean, you can do everything that we've been talking about to maintain, maybe grow a little bit, but it's going to be hard to grow your business exponentially and add more people and add more expenses and expect to have a profit when the market is not in your favor that way. I'm not saying it's like that in every case, but I've seen that happen a lot with team situations, depending on markets.
No, I get that. I definitely get that.
What do you think is a big mistake that new agents make consistently? Because we know how difficult the business is, right? Katherine was saying before, when you go to your class, there's 25 people in the class. The instructor always says, within 2 years, 20 of you 25 are not going to be practicing real estate anymore. So what's a big mistake that a lot of real estate agents make when they first get into
the biggest mistake that agents make when they come into business is they allow themselves to get distracted. You have to keep working the plan. What you set out to do, you have to do. I know life gets in the way. It does every day, right? So you don't have to work at something and beat it like a dead horse for 8 hours straight. You don't have to do that. That's not what this business is meant for. But what you do have to do is, even if you take an hour of power, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever it is, you got to block out a period of time that's your time.
Yeah.
Whether it's communicating with people, setting appointments. The biggest thing is to set appointments. If you don't have appointments, you got no income.
Right, and that's what I think is like, I don't know if I know what mistake agents make because I don't deal with enough people, and I know Frank talks and have seen people come in and out of business over
Yeah.
the last 35 years, you know, tons and tons of times. But what I would say, if I can give any advice, if a new agent's listening, would be just taking a little bit of playbook, like a little play out of my playbook, which was my thought process. I'm not sure how I came up with it, but I did read a bunch of books and I got all different ideas like of what I wanted to do. And I felt like when I first got my license, the main thing was try to learn as much as I can, but also like try to focus on buyers
Mhm.
because I felt like to work with a buyer was such a much more straightforward, less
I
complicated
agree with that.
thing. Like where I think a mistake people make is they try to do a lot, try to get everything involved. When I talk to somebody, oh, I want to have a $2,000 a month website. I want to try to go on a million listing appointments. That's great, but unfortunately, in our market, if you don't know what the heck you're doing when you go to a listing appointment, you're not getting the listing unless you know the people prior. And it's just
Because we
kinda
have savvy sellers and savvy buyers.
we just have people
We
Funny how
do.
our market is so different than
So yeah,
everywhere. We were talking
everywhere.
about that
We're
before too.
different
You said
beast.
exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
I
it
said
really is.
whatever they're saying is going on in LA and what's going on
It's
in Dallas and what's going
yeah.
on in Middle America and what's going on in New York City, that's great. But Staten Island,
Yeah.
completely different
Staten
ballgame.
Island has
Completely
its own
different.
language, its
Yeah.
own way of doing things.
Yeah, every single person is an expert at every single thing they do.
Aside from agents getting distracted, which I think is one of the biggies, is they don't give themselves time
Right.
to
Mhm.
grow.
Mhm.
A lot of them
Because there's
quit.
no immediate
Well,
gratification in
right,
that's
this
the main
right.
business.
thing
Things
is
don't
you,
happen that
you
quickly.
you can't jump in and invest $5,000 in Zillow leads and invest like you can do it, but you're just so much of an amateur that you're not
You
going
gotta
to be able to
start behind the
capitalize
ball.
any of it. So like in my mind, it was like I'm going to try to do everything I can to generate as much business as I can without an investment, without too much of an investment, because I feel like if you don't have the means and you jump in and I'm going
Mhm.
to do this and do that and everything fails, where are you? You
S-
have no choice but to be out of
Something
the
for
business.
me
You
that
can't stay in the business,
I
Right.
think is
right?
challenging for agents, even myself, but newer agents, right? You come into this business and there's so many things. If you've been to a trade show, then you know this. So many things available to you. What's going to be the best thing,
Right.
the best available website or the best app or what's going to make my business keep flowing in the most successful manner? What do I choose? Because I can choose A or I can choose B. If I choose B, is it going to be as helpful as if I would have chose A? There's so many choices.
You're making me want to get out of the business.
I know,
I'm getting
see?
confused.
It's
It's like,
confusing.
what are you
But I
talking
feel like you are a big app guy and a big website guy. So you are always like, oh, there's an app for that. There's a website
but,
for that.
But I didn't, not when I first started.
Well, that's what I'm
Now
saying.
I
There's
just,
so many choices, but you
yeah.
look into them and you know all these things. You're like, oh, I know that, and you'll pull it up, and now,
Let me give you some words of encouragement, especially for agents that are struggling right now,
Mhm.
because we have a lot of friends around the country. We have a big ecosystem, right? Forget around here,
Mhm.
but all the way out to California, we have friends, and I have some friends that were actually down and out many times,
Mhm.
lost their houses, and I'll tell you how they rebounded in this business through sweat equity. You don't have to come into business and feel like you gotta lay out a tremendous amount of money to buy leads, to buy these technologies like you were saying, Frank.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that.
Mhm.
You can set up a plan with just simple sweat equity. Here's what I mean by sweat equity.
Yeah.
Door knocking, open houses, networking, join networking
Yeah.
groups, making phone calls, communicating, setting up appointments with people that you don't even know. Hey, I'd like to take you for a cup of coffee. We don't have to take long, 15 minutes just to get to know each other. Things like that don't
Mhm.
cost anything.
Mhm.
And I know some people that actually were up on stages doing conferences, speaking in front of masses that built their businesses up that way
Yeah.
and put nothing into the business.
It's on my bucket list.
Right. So anybody who comes in this
Part
business
of the
thinking,
elementary
oh,
kids.
and the one good thing about our business is the fact that you really don't need a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right.
You just have to work it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Where do you think is the smartest place for a realtor to invest their money initially? If you have a small budget and you're going to invest your money somewhere, where do you think it
Okay,
should go?
so here's the good news to that. You don't even have to invest any money. I'm going to
Okay.
give you the best source I feel
Okay.
is a CRM like ours.
Okay.
And any agent who joins our firm doesn't have to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Every agent gets their own website, gets their own CRM. Now, the CRM, in case if anybody doesn't know what it
Mm-hmm.
means, It's a fancy acronym for a database. It's customer relations management software, right? All it does is it helps you manage all your customers in your database, right?
That's one of my goals for 2026 is to build my CRM because I have so many contacts. I have so many connects, but having them all in one place is crucial.
So here's the thing with that. People have to understand. It's not to be taken as something like so high tech that, you're going to get stressed out and try to figure it all out. And it's not like that. We have so much support that our team can help anybody put leads in. You wanted mass text, you can do that. You want a mass email, you can do that. We're in the holiday season. You want to send out holiday notices, wishing you and your family well during this holiday season, right? Things like that. And it costs nothing. But once you learn how to use it, it's a very, very powerful tool because ultimately, here's what it does. It generates leads. Okay, so now here's another thing. The videos, right? Podcasts, anything and everything that you do can be put on the CRM.
Right.
And by QR code, like I talked about before, right? You can actually direct people to your page, to your website where they can watch your videos. They automatically go into your CRM, so you capture the lead that you could follow up with now.
Right.
All right? And by the way, you asked me before, Frank, what's another thing that agents don't do? Follow up.
Right.
I know.
How about
that's
that?
a big thing.
Well, that's the thing that I have gotten so much better at.
Yeah.
And it has made my business more successful. Is just getting better at following up. And I tell people this all the time. I always followed up until I felt uncomfortable, and then I was done. And now I follow up until I'm uncomfortable, and then I send another text or a call because that's the call for some reason.
Follow up
is the one that works.
Important.
People get really weirded out by it because I say, "Oh, you sent 2 text messages." Like, yeah, but I don't want to bother them. Now's when you have to send another one.
Yeah.
Because I always, for the first 3 years I was in this business, I would follow up, no response. Figure out a way to make it feel comfortable for another response, and then I'd be like, "Oh, they don't want to deal with me. I'm done with them." But now I just I convince myself now that they didn't mean to ignore me. They were just busy, and now I'm going to send another one.
It's not you, it's me.
And I'm going to make
works.
I'm going to make you feel even better. Okay, now think about this. Think about the customer on the other end that you're being a little assertive with, right? That makes a huge statement. It's like, this guy, you know what? I want this guy on my side. If you're negotiating for them, you're the kind of guy they want.
Right. Yeah.
It makes a statement.
I made a connect with someone 2 years ago, and on the market, off the market, trouble, how to navigate different things throughout the transaction. And 2 years later, with all the follow-up, all the pushing through, and we're going to be closing next month.
Oh, great.
I know. I'm happy
That's
about
awesome.
it. But that is a testament to how follow-up makes...
Yeah, I can tell you when following up fails. Want to hear it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Fun,
Just
fun
like a
story.
knock-knock joke?
Frank knows the story, but he doesn't know the background of the story.
Go ahead.
So 3.5 years ago, my mother-in-law was looking for a house.
Okay.
So I saw this house was on the market, but it came off the market, and it was nice. So I called the guy off market, and I said, "Listen, my mother-in-law's looking for a house. She really liked your house. We live in the area. Could we come see a house?" He's like, "I really don't want to show it right now, but when I'm ready to show it, I'll call you." So for every 2 weeks for 3 years, I reached out to this guy. And he engaged. So it wasn't like I was just blindly. He'd be like, "Oh, good, thanks for the notice." But it would always be something about the market, something about a house that was similar, just finding things that might be somewhat interesting to him. And literally for 3 years, maybe sometimes it was 3 weeks, not 2 weeks, but always contact, always. Finally, I didn't text him for one of the months. And he called me and he said, "Frank, I'm ready to list my house. Can you come meet with me this week?" I went in. He was ridiculous. Just a ridiculous meeting, but whatever. Unrealistic.
With the price?
No, with the commission, and just the price was very realistic, but the commission was just something that was not realistic, something I could not agree to.
Okay.
So I put my foot down. I said, "Listen, this is it. This is the best I can do for you." And he said, "Okay, leave it here overnight. I'll call you tomorrow morning." When I woke up the next morning, it was listed with somebody else.
Oh, geez.
So whatever. I couldn't possibly do it for what he wanted it to be done for, so I can't really be upset about it. Except that, he did make me waste a lot of my time. Whatever. 2 weeks go by, he cancels that contract, calls me, "Come in, we'll list it, and we'll do it at the commission you want." I do. Then 1 week later, he fakes an illness. And
Oh my goodness, I know about this.
Oh.
And then it sells, and I saw it close with a real estate agent on the MLS 2 months later.
Yeah.
So
he did fake an illness. He did. It was that was a little bit of a bizarre situation.
Okay, so I don't know if that had anything to do with following up. More so, no.
Yeah, that was a
screwy client
like
you were working with.
I was talking about a follow-up works. But here's a funny story with after 3 years of following up.
Yeah.
Just happened. Probably won't happen to anybody else, but definitely to me. But following up works. I stayed on top of this guy, and I was proud of it. That's another thing this year. I really hammered out, like, staying on top of each house. So I've picked 4 homes. You hear?
Yeah, 4 homes.
She's taking notes.
No, I'll tell you who I'm talking to really quick. I'm talking to somebody who I met at multiple open houses. It was a buyer.
Yeah.
And I said, the fact that you're still looking means that you're not being represented by a strong agent or a strong lender. And now he's my client.
Very nice.
So I want to make sure that I'm taking care of him, or else I'm not helping him. So 4 houses.
We're talking about the 4 houses.
I wasn't talking about 4 houses. She said 4 houses.
You said 4 houses.
I said 4. Oh, yes. I picked 4 houses, right?
My God.
I picked 4 houses that were expired, and I attacked them with just different mailers. I did scratch-offs. I did just so many different ways to do it. And in the past, like I said about following up, I stopped, usually, in the past.
Okay.
4 or 5 different times, didn't get a call, moved on to 4 other houses. This one, these 4, I didn't. I did not stop. I kept going. Sometimes I even recycled it. I put the same information again. I didn't care. Like, same letter that I gave 4 weeks ago, I put it again because that's what I had, and I just wanted to drop it off. They have probably 12 of my personal pens because I just kept putting.
You need to have a bobblehead.
Or maybe I should get a bobblehead.
You should get a bobblehead.
But I kept dropping my pen off, whatever. Finally, they called. I didn't get the listing. Commission dispute again. But all 4 houses I got in for a listing appointment. So, like, for me, even though I didn't get the listings, that's a win because I've always said, what is a system that I can do where I see success and I see a result from it?
Mm-hmm.
And for a long time, I just spinning my wheels and I have not seen a result. But this stuff that I'm doing now, I'm seeing a result, right? I got into the houses, I got in for my appointment, and now I know a playbook in order to get myself in front of these people.
As long as it's working,
keep
going.
Gotta keep doing it. Absolutely.
That's it.
So it's working.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know what makes me laugh? There are some people that you would look at them and say, all right, this person has a 0 personality.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who the heck would want to list their house with them, right?
Yeah.
And then you see them getting business left and right.
Yep.
And you know what it is? Over the years, I've analyzed that. I'm like, it makes me wonder about people like that, how they get so much business.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing more than the fact that they're pushing at it every day.
Yeah.
They're working at it every day. The grit, going after it every day, that's what wins.
Yep.
Yeah.
And listen, it helps to have a great personality, to be likable, to be trustworthy, to get that warm feeling.
I'm not likable or trustworthy.
Yep.
Damn. Well, we got to work on that, Frank.
No, I think on both of those things, I think I rely too much on that.
So Frank walked in today and he said, "Oh, wow, you're in a good mood. I'm so happy that you're in a good mood." And I said, "I'm not in a good mood." And you want to know what happened to me this morning? Totally unrelated.
Oh, you lost the listing?
No.
Oh.
Something worse.
Can I hear too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was getting ready and I sprayed my entire face with hairspray.
Oh.
Not a little, a lot. I took the
You
whole.
should stop after you feel it the first second.
But hold on. You would think.
Just keep going.
You would think.
She was thinking about the podcast.
Yeah. She was daydreaming.
Let me tell you something. I did a little, like an initial spray, right? I'm like, oh, this came out easy. The smell didn't hit me yet. So I kept going. Well, I was spraying with setting spray, Liv. You know what that is.
I don't.
It's something that sets your makeup. So like you don't have to go reapply all day or something like that, right? So it feels to like what hairspray feels when you spray it in your face. I sprayed my entire face like this with hairspray.
You thought it was setting spray?
That's all I keep thinking about right now.
It'll set it also. It's actually natural Botox. Just spray yourself with hairspray and it'll just like freeze your face.
It was in my eye.
Whatever.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I wasn't in a bad mood. But it was a story I had to tell because I could not believe that I made that mistake.
All right.
Try it.
No one
spray your whole face with hairspray.
No one would have known if you didn't tell us.
I had to share it because it was so stupid. It was a very stupid thing that I did.
Okay.
But that's
You have a
when
lot
you
on
need
your-
to
you have a
slow
lot
down.
on your mind.
Yeah.
That's
And
when
on your
you
face
need,
now.
and on your face. That's when you need to slow down.
Yeah. Like, I've never sprayed myself in the face.
What's one stupid thing you've done? Make me feel better.
in my life?
Just
There's
something
like
dumb.
1,000 stupid things I've done in my life. Dumb?
Make me feel better.
I threw out my keys. Like not too long ago. I had like I was getting in my car. I got a slice of pizza, and I ate the pizza on the way to the car.
Not the pizza, the keys.
So I had to throw the bag that the pizza was in out, and I threw the keys out and I was standing in front of my car with the bag. I'm like, yeah, this isn't good. And so I had to go into the public garbage bin.
Oh,
I'm like, wow, to get your keys back.
oh my god.
That's having too much.
Have
on your
you
mind.
ever? And did you ever drop anything in the toilet and you got to
Of
get
course.
it? Oh my
Yeah.
god, it's so disgusting.
Who has not dropped something in the toilet?
Well, then you got to fish it out.
It's clean water.
It's
get
not
it.
clean. It's a freaking toilet.
It's the same water you drink out of your sink.
No, it's not. It's in the toilet bowl, Frank.
Wait, so when I get my
So when's the last time you took a good scoop?
no,
It's
listen,
disgusting.
it is exactly the same water you get out of your sink. It's just a matter of how clean your toilet was before the water got in it.
I disagree.
It's a matter if you disagree. It's a fact.
This is
Gross.
great. I'm going to sit over there and just watch you two.
It's
This is
disgusting.
great.
It's really disgusting.
Talking about
telling you-
toilet bowl water.
Yeah, I'm not telling her to drink it, but it is the same water. It comes in the
Disgusting.
same
But
place.
also something that's really, really cool, totally unrelated to hairspray and toilets, is
Yeah.
that all your children have just recently got their real estate license.
Yes.
That's very, very cool. We hang with them. They join us for the marketing meetups. They're doing a great job. Liv is incredible. So we really enjoy her. We were talking about her Shakira and Cher impressions the other day. She does this at holidays events.
I know. I hear them at home too
I
sometimes.
know, that's fantastic. I mean, that's like an added bonus. Fantastic. But we really
She's
enjoy
very
having them with
modest,
us.
Liv. She can sing.
Yeah.
Do you know she sang the national anthem at 2 minor league baseball stadiums that
We
she
did
was
not know
invited
this.
to?
We
didn't know that, Liv.
Let's get on camera. Let's hear a sample. No, I'm kidding.
No, you don't have to do
You
it
have to
now,
see,
but
though.
you are. We will
This is
need to hear that.
very par for the course
And
for this podcast.
She's a
but,
fantastic drawer. That's incredible.
Catherine got up and grabbed the mic first on the bus, and
Did you see the video?
I did.
And
I thought it was great.
I made. Oh no, I don't want to tell you what my joke was. Everyone kind of laughed.
was this,
It was a
this
great-
before the champagne or after?
No, that was after.
This
on the
is
way home.
after.
On the way there, I was sleeping.
I said that she's the only mom in the world who keeps her kids up at night when she sings the lullabies. That's how good she was singing. The people
everyone
the
singing
people on the
with
bus thought it was funny.
I had
And then Liv started singing Cher, so definitely sounded like
whether it was
scratch.
whether it was
glass. No.
soothing or it was not soothing. The bus sang with me, so it was something.
Oh, so then
It was
that,
something.
Not your
that's
first
something.
song. When you sang God Bless America,
God bless America.
everyone sang that.
That's a good song.
But the one, what did you sing first? Because
Go
no one knew what was going on for that one.
What are you talking
You sang
about?
2 songs. The first song, what'd you sing?
2 songs. What's that?
Well,
Rock on.
I played
I-
baseball. So 1 out, 2 out, 3 out.
It's 2. I sang 2 songs.
Yeah, 2 songs.
My first one was what? Do you remember, Liv?
I don't.
Yeah, try to forget it.
I don't even think. I don't think I have a video of that one. I put my phone up when God Bless America.
Everyone sang that one.
Because that is just the best of the best. It couldn't get much better, we thought. And
Ooh.
then Cher joined the chat.
Yeah, she crushed it.
It was
It's very
incredible.
fun.
So I have to tell you, our bus did that too.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
what
had-
you guys sing?
We were playing some disco music,
That's
and
fun.
everybody was up dancing.
Our speaker wasn't loud enough, so we had to take over. We sang really loud. Where are you going to be for the holiday?
Christmas Eve, we'll be home.
Okay.
Nice.
Christmas Day, my sister, my nieces.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
I'm going to be home. And you're going to be home.
Home.
We're all home.
Everyone's
Home.
home.
Home's
Do you
the place
get
to be.
dressed up or do
Yes.
you dress down? This is such a
Good
controversial.
question. Good question.
This is very like
I'd say it's a little bit of both. I think
Okay.
Christmas Day, I'm a little more dressed down.
really.
That's what I was saying.
And Christmas Eve, maybe a little more dressed up, like Thanksgiving.
What, you weren't surprised before when I said that we're a little bit more like big deal on Christmas Eve, and Christmas Day is, a good celebration, but it's
But
not.
by big deal, it didn't have to be accompanied by a suit and
No,
tie.
I
It could have.
always wear like a nice sweater, and nice shoes.
Mm.
Christmas Day, it's just a little more relaxed.
How are you dressed?
I just want to. I know you're giving something. I just want to be comfortable.
Hair up
So-
and my peanut on.
No. I do wear. I do. I can't
my
even.
Peanut.
I'm
Oh my
done.
God, that's
I
a thing
can't-
from the
can't.
past. Oh my
It's
God.
an apron. Is that a mapina?
No,
Like a
but
muumuu?
The mapina would be the one that like
a
a
very
dress that
thin
goes
dress. Yeah, but
that
it has
goes over
pockets.
you.
Yeah,
it has
it's
pockets.
fantastic.
Wait, hold on. I know of a mapina as a different thing.
What's that?
Can I tell you what
Yeah.
my idea of a mapina? Okay,
Please tell
growing up in an Italian family,
Yeah.
we had a mapina.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and that lasted for about 15 years of my childhood. All it was like a dish rag,
Yeah.
right, that you would put on the table. Now, most people have napkins
Yeah.
in their
I
place
could just
setting.
be
Yeah.
saying the wrong
Yeah.
All right, so if you're eating pasta and you get sauce on your mouth or
I
whatever,
just grab it.
and you go to wipe it, like normally,
Yeah.
you wipe it with a napkin, right? No, we had a mapina.
Okay.
So the mapina, they would say, "Pass the mapina," and you.
Oh, you guys all use the same napkin
you all
for
use
your
the same
sauce
mapina. It
mouth.
was, yeah.
So then I must be saying the wrong thing. You know,
So you
all
think
the
I'm
Italian
wearing
ladies-
a
That's how I know a
mapina?
mapina.
With
All
all
right,
the
so I
sauce?
I could be wrong, but I always thought my grandma would always have her little cooking outfit on. That little.
That's a muumuu.
Oh.
What the
That's
hell's
a different
muumuu?
word.
What's a muumuu?
That's a muumuu.
I don't know.
A muumuu is a little dress that it's like an apron that you put your arms in. You button it up. It
That's
has,
what it is.
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
know. I was
thin,
gonna,
it
I was gonna
comes
say that,
in-
but she beat me
in
to
all
it.
different florals.
Yeah.
It
The
has
old-
sauce
the little
stains
old-
on it and
the
probably a
little
couple
old
of
Italian
holes.
Ladies all wear it. They cook in it all the time.
Yeah.
My grandma had that on every Sunday.
Yeah. So not a mapina because
That's
that's
what I thought that was. But you know,
I'm glad we
fake
clarified that
Italian
because
family.
Frank's
Well,
been
what do you-
throwing
so-
that word around.
Speaking of mapina, what do you like? What do you think of that idea?
using one napkin. I don't think it's gonna go these days.
I think that ended
the-
with COVID.
Yeah, when we
I still
learned
can't
about
believe we did that. I tell that to my kids, and they're like,
Yeah.
"No, you didn't really do that."
What's
did
your
you?"
thoughts? And I know this is disgusting, but I'm sorry. I'm just with it. When somebody takes like a napkin and blows their nose into a napkin.
What are you talking about? How else you gonna blow your nose?
You mean at the dinner table?
No, well, that is a whole
Wait,
other beast,
Katherine,
and that is
How
disgusting.
else would you blow your nose? So what you're saying is you
I'm
don't
not
want anybody to blow
talking
their
about a
nose.
Kleenex tissue, Frank. I'm talking about a cloth napkin
Who
that you
cares?
use. It is disgusting.
Hold on.
You-
What are the things you like grandparents use? Handkerchief.
That's disgusting. That's similar to a mapina. That's
Yes.
that's a snot mapina.
Right, and then you're putting it back in your.
Oh
pocket.
my god!
That
And then
is funny. My grandfather go.
And then when he needs to blow his
Right.
nose again, the same tissue comes back out. He opens it back up, blows again, folds it up, puts it in his pocket. And you don't have anything to say about that, but I think it's disgusting.
Right,
Well, that's insulting.
I agree with you. I don't
It's
like that.
disgusting.
I like the look of it, like as a pocket
Oh,
square,
yeah, I've never
or like
taken my
in a
pocket
handkerchief
square
in
out
your
once it's
pocket.
in, so I don't
But
know.
to like take it out, blow your nose in it, and fold it back up and put it back
different
in.
world. Different world.
Oh my god!
I don't know what's worse, that or the mapina.
Yeah,
Because the mapina, everybody's mouth has been on
This is
it.
so disgusting.
I can't believe I had the wrong word.
And that's how this probably started because everyone's like, forget it. I'll create my own mapina because I'll just wipe it on my sleeve.
That's funny.
And that's it.
That's
Okay.
Well, we talked about a mapina today, so now we
Now we know.
just educated
Now we
ourselves
know.
on something very important
Yeah.
about a mapina. So that
That's
was
right.
good.
That's
good.
it.
Good
I-
conversation.
That's so funny.
It's
I
important.
referenced it multiple times incorrectly. So
Before
now I know.
which is that's the funniest part of it all. They're just throwing this word around.
Well, I
like
just
knew
think you
what it
knew
was.
what I was talking about. I just went with
Well,
the wrong
I
word.
was confident in your confidence. I don't know.
Very yeah. Make
So
anyone believe
before we
anything.
wrap it up,
We finish every episode with the segment called the closing table, which
We
is
try.
basically try to reenact the feeling of being at the closing table where people are nervous and they gotta,
Okay.
sign all their papers. So we give you 3 rapid fire questions each. No
Mm-hmm.
one has ever answered them rapidly, so you don't have to break the trend.
Hmm.
But the idea is to try to
no,
answer
the
them
idea is
rapidly.
to break the trends. It's rapid
I'll do
fire.
my best.
Do you shovel your home or do you let the sun take care of it?
We both do.
We share the wealth.
and the sun?
Well, sometimes. Oh,
Wait.
my. Oh,
No.
I thought you meant my
Not
son.
your
No,
sons.
wait,
the sun.
Ask that question again. Don't put that on.
Yeah, because I was like, I thought that was very quick and clever. I thought the answer was great.
So after, I realized like your sons and you have sons, so I guess like
She meant-
everyone
he
chipped in.
meant
The
you let the
sun-
sun melt it,
No.
or do you shovel it?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, depends.
Be
on,
honest, Frank.
Depends on how much snow.
I know,
we get.
I know. It's
If
true.
we get a teeny bit like that,
yeah,
and it's a warm day, the sun will melt.
yeah.
Right.
What's your favorite holiday drink?
I would say Cabernet. A
Mm.
nice Cabernet wine.
Okay.
I'll be
Yeah.
Yeah.
partaking
Is that like
in
your
some nice
favorite
cabbage.
drink overall? Like
It
a red
is.
wine?
It
Yeah,
is. I
yeah.
like Scotch. I like Macallan.
Okay,
I
okay.
like Black Label, Johnny
Yeah.
Walker Black.
Nice.
But yeah, those are my favorites.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And do you like white lights or the colored bright lights? The colored multicolored?
If they're like the real like bright ones,
Yeah, like the
I
LED?
like those. Yeah,
Really?
I like
Really?
those. White
Like
lights
the LED lights?
because I feel like white lights been a thing for so many
Mhm,
years, and
mhm.
I'm like, it's boring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I want to see some color now.
I don't
Yeah.
mean to interrupt this, but because something always brings it up.
Go
But
ahead, it's your
I've
turn.
always really, really liked white lights. I like the look, the aesthetic of it.
Me too.
But I saw a post this year that was like so disheartening. It was like they wiped the color out of the world, and it was like multiple things. And
Frank, that's very deep.
white lights on Christmas is one of the ways that they took color out of the world. And they were like, for hundreds of years, when you decorated for Christmas, it was red and green and and now
Oh,
they just got they took all the color out
making
and
me
now white is
sad.
the thing. But they did this in a show like a bunch of different things that we do every day that we don't realize it. So like always liked the white lights, but now I'm like, hey, you know what? Maybe
I
we need
mean,
to throw
I
some
like
nice
white
color.
lights, but don't you think that's a little boring after a
Yeah,
while?
yeah.
I
Well,
know,
my whole
with
house
kids,
is lit
yeah.
up with white lights.
Monotone.
Same, same.
But I agree. After seeing that post, I was like, you know what?
Yeah,
They're 100% right. Like, we need to bring some color back.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm
Good
saying,
questions.
what's your favorite gift you've ever received?
Oh, wow. My favorite gift. Oh,
This
jeez.
one could hurt some feelings.
Wow. My favorite gift.
Live your excuse.
You mean like
He's like, come on,
Is
I'm right
it
here.
surrender?
I'm right here. I'm
my
right here.
children?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm supposed to say?
Yeah, you're not supposed to say. You're not supposed to say anything, but Liv wanted
Being
you to
that
say
you all
her.
put me on the spot.
Your favorite child gift.
Uh,
It's okay when you have one daughter.
I can't say my beautiful daughter right here because that's how my boy's going to feel.
well,
Ah.
My
know, but-
children. All right, my children.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. What was your first ever sale in real estate?
Ooh.
Oh, okay. That one I can answer.
Yeah.
That was a great one. I listed a property in Dongan Hills, Staten Island. It was a condo. And it was actually probably, I mean, that's something that really like got me excited
Mhm,
about this
mhm.
business because it was so I took the listing, I did an open house the following weekend, and the first person who came into the open house bought the house
Wow.
from me. So I listed it and I sold it, and it was a big commission
That's a real
too.
estate win.
That was a big win for me. I
Yeah.
was like, wow, I love this business.
Yeah.
Little
yeah.
did I know it wasn't that easy.
No.
But that might have been the first and last time that ever happened.
Yes, yes.
Because normally we don't always sell
not that
houses
easy.
from open
Mhm.
houses. Sometimes we do.
Right.
But to get somebody to come in, the first buyer, and
Mhm.
happen like that
Yeah,
is
that's awesome.
kind of rare, you
Yeah.
know, but it was exciting.
And what was your biggest challenge in the real estate business since you started?
Recruiting. Recruiting is the hardest thing to do.
Yeah.
The hardest thing to do.
For
'Cause
many reasons. Yeah.
don't forget, when I first started in the business, I didn't know what I was doing. I could go into a whole thing on this. But you have to establish value.
Yep.
And people who are productive in the business, they want to always work on building their business and grow and
Mhm.
earn, make money, grow their businesses, right? And they look at it like, okay, where am I going to take my business? And why is our company the answer? And that's what I had to figure out.
Mhm.
And that was the hardest thing. At least that's the hardest thing for me to do.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
I have one more question, and it has nothing to do with rapid fires because I missed it earlier and I really wanted to touch on this.
Go ahead.
So, what was your inspiration for the structure of your business? Like, what made you go this direction? Because you see brokers do a lot of different ways they build their business, right? You have your way, and there's people who have their way. Like, what made you decide that you wanted your business to be the way it is?
Yeah, that's a really, really
Yeah.
good question. I guess I like helping people. I like helping agents develop. I have a part of me has that coaching aspect. So I guess it just evolved that way over the years. Agents would come to me. I would like helping them. I like to see
Right.
them develop. And then 2 became 4 and 8.
Mhm,
And,
mhm.
now we're closing in on 200 agents between all our offices.
Yeah.
Brooklyn is coming soon,
It's great.
but it's all about
That was
you
my
guys.
question. Do you have goals as a broker for 2026? I know you do, but what,
Yeah.
I'm sure you have some short-term and
Yep,
long-term
yep,
goals.
I sure do. Well, you have to. Okay, so you could see the evolution
Mhm.
of the company, right?
Mhm.
And a lot of our agents have roots in Brooklyn.
Mhm.
So the first thing was to establish in New Jersey, which we
Mhm.
did 8 years. It's 8 years now,
Yeah.
right? We're in Jersey
Yeah,
8
goes
years
fast.
now. Because the transition's always been Brooklyn, Staten Island to New
Mhm.
Jersey. In some cases, Brooklyn, straight to New Jersey. But so that was the progression for many years. So we opened up an office in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Staten Island, we needed a South Shore office. We opened up the South Shore office. We added some spice to it with the media center,
Mm-hmm.
right? We have our New York office, which is Mid Island,
Mm-hmm.
and we need a North Shore location. So that's coming also in Brooklyn. So that's what's on the plan for next year for 2026. 2 offices, one in Brooklyn, one in the North Shore, Staten Island, and then I don't know. It's a big undertaking.
Yeah, 100%.
And then we'll go from there. But
It's not easy.
it's all about growth,
We're
right?
excited.
Absolutely.
We're excited.
You're not growing, you're dying. Is that a saying?
That's very inspirational, Frank.
Well, if you're not moving forward, you're certainly
if
moving
you're not
backwards.
growing, you're dying. Frank.
Someone has to come up with new
Well,
quotes.
Frank, thank
Famous
you.
quote. We got to put that one
Wait,
in writing.
you're
that's
not
not a
wall.
saying?
That's
If
what
you're
we're
not
going to put
growing,
on
you're
the
dying.
wall.
Frank Esposito.
That's true.
Well, this has been a lot of fun. Thanks for
Yeah.
having
Frank,
me on.
thank you
so much.
My
for
pleasure.
creating
You are
the space
officially
for us.
closed.
Great.
Yeah,
And
thank
we
you for
had a great
creating the
time with
space
you
for
all.
We had a
us.
blast. A lot
Awesome.
of fun.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
for coming
you.
on.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
you guys.
Thank
Happy
you.
holidays.